So even going now further, let's talk about extreme bending. What I mean by extreme bending is understanding fret by fret where you want to bend, but going above and beyond what people think you're going to do. Now, string gauge plays a huge role in this. I'm using 10 to 46 DRs. The tension is where it's at. I mean, we're talking about extreme bending. I'm getting this from the Godfather, Albert King, right? Albert King would do these 2.5 step bends, 3-step bends. These bends were so high that, and remember, Albert played. Now, if you don't know Albert, go check out Albert King right now. Pause the lesson, go check out Albert King and come back. Albert played a right-handed guitar as a lefty, so it was upside down. So the high E string was where our low E string, so he bent down, right? But this let him bend in an effect that sounded so extreme. Let's say he was playing a blues, right? In the key of C, right? And he would go like this. Listen to this bend. We're going. It's so cool. Now, the biggest things I want you to think about with this, because this is a personal journey getting these bends. I'm just going to give you some tips because we could sit here for 24 hours and I could continue to talk about this. Seriously, that's how much it means to me. But I want to just give you what you need to know. Now think to yourself, this is your fretboard exercise. Try and go chromatically, aka note by note, fret by fret, up the fretboard. Let's say you're starting your bend at the 13th fret of your B string. Go like this. Now bend that. Get it to the point where you feel really good about it. So I'm going to try it again. That is tough. That is a really, really tough exercise. That's number one. Work on that exercise. Number two, have an intention, a clear idea of how much pressure it takes to get to the note you need. But this extreme bending, this will take your lead playing from like awesome to dangerous. Because all of a sudden you're doing stuff that it's like, whoa, I didn't know how he did that. Listen to this. Remember our double stops when we were doing our pedal steely kind of bluesy bends? Listen to this. If I'm in the key of E, I'm bending the 14th fret, right? As if I were going to play a blues, I go like this. Well, if I add that with my pinky underneath, right? What if I bend that and I go way beyond expectations and I go all the way up there? So I'm actually going to hit this same note, which is 2.5 steps, aka 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, 5 half steps above. Listen to this. You hear all of that range you get? Listen to this. Whoa, how did he do that? Literally, I knew where I was bending up to. I knew how much pressure it took, and I went there. I knew my strings could take it. I knew my guitar was set up right, and I went for an extreme bend. So if I'm getting all of that variation in here, listen to what this sounds like with a little more distortion. You could go microtonal bend, right? This is such a cool little flavor technique that I started to do in my playing, and honestly, it took my blues playing from, like I said, like a great place to like a dangerous place, because then I started utilizing the guitar and the strings for what they could, bending them up, going hard. This is part of that Bluespower thing, going hard, bending up and not being afraid of just bending a half step or a whole step, really taking it somewhere. I have to tell you, this will take time. You have to develop the strength in your hands to get this right. So go slow. Don't think you're going to be able to do these huge bends day one. This takes time. But as you progress, it's like exercise. As you progress, you will get more and more strength. You will get stronger and stronger until the point where you can get this down. And honestly, it's just a cool thing. It'll separate you from the pack a little bit, doing this kind of extreme stuff, right? So check this out. What if I go from my 14th fret, like I'm playing blues in E, right? On that G string, and I want to bend that all the way up to the root. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 frets, right? So 2 frets is a whole step. So that's 3.5 steps. That's a big bend, right? Listen to what this sounds like. Now this takes some strength and some time. I'm in the key of E. I'm going to bend the 14th fret, right? All the way up to the 14, 15, 16, 17. The 21st fret. Check this out. Ready? You hear that? That is extreme, my friend. See? Knocked me a little out of tune because it wasn't ready for it, but check this out. Try it from the 16th. That is some crazy bending. But adding this to your playing, you'll turn into a beast. You'll be a Bluespower beast doing these extreme bends, but also on the yin-yang, the microtonal. Having all of that covered really is going to separate you from the pack and bring you something unique, bring a unique flavor to your playing. So, like I said, I could talk about this forever, but I just want to shed some light on what I was saying. Now remember, this isn't just on the high strings. Oh yeah. So if you have any questions on the microtonal bending or on these extreme bends, please feel free to send me a video. We can assess what you're doing. I can help you get these quicker by sending you a video back.